Hello, I'm Nicholas Falk. I'm going to talk today about the process of urban regeneration using King's Cross as an example, a process which has taken well over 40 years. I want to start by talking about this area just south of the Euston Road, Argyle Square. It was once notorious, this whole area, for drugs and prostitution, and indeed these hotels used to be rented by the hour. And so it's changed a lot since then. How did the process start? So the first step in any regeneration is really making a place feel secure, and you do this by not only keeping the place looking tidy and restoring things that are derelict, but also greening. And all around this area you can see trees and harnessing the power of nature to regenerate the area and give a sense of hope. Seeing the area on a sunny day, it's hard to believe that this area was once covered in smoke and dirt and noise from the steam trains which came into King's Cross and St Pancras. The second step is connectivity, making it easier to get to and get around a place, and that means above all taming the car. There's still a challenge in crossing the Euston Road, and there's an issue about making it easier to link up King's Cross with the adjoining housing estates in Somerstown in particular. The area outside King's Cross station has been transformed with a new square, and there was a really elegant new concourse created. And there's a fine new boulevard stretching up alongside a new building, which is the headquarters of Google. The transformation has been achieved through really imaginative landscaping, really good use of water, and I'm particularly proud of the fact that we saved the coal offices from demolition. They were derelict at the time, but we could see that they were the heart of the old industrial quarter. And at the back, the granary building, which was turned into the headquarters of the University of the Arts, a very appropriate use because it brought creative people into the King's Cross area. It provided customers for the first restaurants. And I believe that it was probably this creative image which helped in attracting businesses like Google, and indeed the creation of what is now promoted as London's Knowledge Quarter. The original goods yard was about 100 acres. This was cut down to 65 acres by the line coming in carrying high-speed one into St Pancras. The northern part of the former goods yard has been developed for a mix of housing. There's everything: social, student housing, and housing for sale. And there's a wide variety of architectural styles, but the beauty of it is its surrounding greenery. Not a vast park as was originally proposed by one of the architects, but rather a contained space with, on the side of it, cafes and so on. So the whole place looks alive, even at times when very few people are around. The old gas holders, which were used to make town gas a major industry in the early 20th century, have been relocated and redeveloped with housing inside them, and it's some of the most desirable or expensive housing on the whole site. Here you've got the London equivalent of the High Line in New York, and it's just over or by the old coal drops, where coal was dropped from the railway wagons into the 1,000 horses and carts which would then distribute coal all over London. Today you can see it's been converted into shops, and there's a market running in the centre. Perhaps the star of the show is the locks here, and you notice how high density new housing has been built alongside, and there are new bridges which connect you to another one of the old coal drops, which is now the Camley Street Natural Park. We're now in Camley Street Natural Park, on the opposite side from the goods yard and the coal offices behind me. And this is one of a number of open spaces around here in London where not only has the power of nature been harnessed, but communities have fought to save them and to turn them to new uses. In this case, it's run now by the London Wildlife Trust. So I suppose in conclusion, sitting in the refuge that is Camberley Street Natural Park just by the canal, one can ask oneself, how far is this process replicable? Is this a completely unique project, exceptional because it's by a major railway station and in the heart of London in some respects? I like to think there is a common process which can apply to projects all over the place, and which can be, I summarize in as simple as ABC. You've got to have some ambition. You've got to want to make the place better, tackle the problems that face the place. You've got to understand the situation, which is why it's important to engage the community from the beginning. But secondly, there's got to be brokerage. You've got to somehow put a deal together. You've got to use the inherent value in the land and put that back into facilities that benefit the existing community as well as the new people who move in. So brokerage is important, but finally, and most important, is continuity. It's just keeping going. I keep emphasizing it takes time, and it's not done by any one project or one person. It's a succession of steps which you can spell out, as I've tried to do in this little walk around the King's Cross area. It's that process which is replicable, and above all, it creates an alliance of interest between communities, businesses, but it has to be led by the public interest, which is why the state and the local state has such a key role to play. This process is summarized in a series of articles in a booklet called Why Not Social Cities. This and many other publications can be freely accessed from the UrbEd website, www.urbedtrust.org.